inequalities. So this means we have two pretty simple inequalities combined into one. And there's three different ways we're going to be looking at this. This first one, we have x in the middle and that's it. We need to get x by itself in the middle. So we just do our normal equations like we normally do, or inequalities like we normally would. There's two ways you can go about this one. The first way I'm just going to go ahead and divide everything by -2. Now, remember, when you divide by a negative, you flip the inequality symbol. X plus 8 is in the middle now, and then it's greater than -1. When you get x by itself, so when I divide everything by -2, I'm literally dividing all three sides by -2, the left side, the middle, and the right side. So whatever I do to the middle, I'm doing to all three. So I subtract 8 from all sides. I get -6 is less or greater than or equal to x, greater than or equal to, or sorry, just greater than -9. That's my solution. I'll write that in this spot here. Get -6 greater than or equal to x, greater than or equal to -9. Now, this is considered an and statement. My answer needs to be greater than -9 and less than -6. That's what that solution really represents. So I need to put my numbers on my number line. I have an open circle on -9, closed circle on -6. For these and statements to work, when you have two inequalities within one here, you're always going to shade in the middle. Always shading in the middle, nothing beyond that. So our interval notation, open parentheses, left to right, because it's an open circle, -9 to -6, close it with a bracket because it's a filled in circle. And that's it. Next one, it looks similar, but we have x in all three sides, left, middle, right. So as it says up in the upper right there, we need to split this up into two separate inequalities. The first one, both involve the middle. The first one is the left and the middle. The second inequality is going to be the middle and the right side. So we go from there. So we have 4x minus 5 less than 9x plus 10. You solve that one. Let's just go one at a time here. With inequalities, I always like to get my x on the left regardless, all right, of signs. That's not what I'm used to doing with equations, but I do like to do that with inequalities. Divide by -5, x is less than -3. Sorry, we divide by a negative, so it's greater than -3. There's one solution. Second solution comes from the middle and right side, like I mentioned. Subtract 2x, switch up colors. Subtract 2x, subtract 10 while we're at it too. That cancels out, which is just fine. We get 7x is less than 0. Divide by 7 technically, we still get x is less than 0. There's my other solution. You can write both of those separately up here. It can be x is greater than -3 and x has got to be less than 0. It's an and statement. So just like the last one, because they do look similar, when you have two inequalities smashed into one like that, you're always going to shade in the middle. Just make sure you're putting your negative numbers first. You got 0. Both were open circles on this one. You got 0. And again, you're always shading in the middle here. Interval notation, parentheses on everything, -3, 0. There's your solution 3 different ways. Last one. It's an or statement. You just solve each one individually. It's nothing crazy. You can rewrite it if you want. I can do it straight from here. Add 5 to both sides. 4x is greater than 16. Divide by 4. X is greater than 4 is one solution. Or we can get a second solution, which would be subtract 9 Negative 8x is greater than or equal to 16. Divide by negative 8, so symbols are going to flip. So x is less than or equal to negative 2. There's my second solution. Now, and statements you always shade in the middle. An or statement, I would say a majority of the time, you're going to shade outside the 2 points. So we have our 2 points. We have negative 2 being a filled in circle, 4 being an open circle. Just read each one individually. I want an answer of x is greater than 4. So I want to go to the right from 4, or I want one that's less than negative 2. So I want to the left as well. These are typically outside. Now, interval notation gets tougher here. All right. I'm going left to right, part by part. My first part, I go open parentheses to a bracket at negative 2. So open parentheses, negative infinity to negative 2. It's a bracket. That closes my first answer set. I'm going to connect it with a U. It just means that the answers are union together. That's all. My second answer, I have parentheses to parentheses. So parentheses 4 to infinity, close the parentheses out. There's your answer. That's compound inequalities.